What's up, you guys? My name is Aubrey and this is my channel, and today we're going to be talking about a business opportunity that has been dubbed by CNBC to be a $1 trillion business opportunity in the next decade. Now, this business model and opportunity that we're going to be talking about today is a way for people to get into a very traditionally expensive industry at a fraction of the cost. So if you're somebody who's ever wanted to open a restaurant of your own, or you've dreamed of owning your own business in the food industry, then this video is for you. So let's get started.
This kitchen is hard at work, but unlike traditional restaurants or even fast food, this is all made to deliver. Ghost or virtual kitchens saw an increase in popularity. The concept allows companies to prepare food strictly for delivery, sometimes with multiple brands under one roof. Euromonitor says these kitchens could create a $1 trillion global opportunity in the food delivery space by 2030.
I used to own a restaurant in my early 20s, and I know firsthand the time, energy, effort, and most importantly, expense that goes into running a traditional restaurant. You not only have to worry about a typically large staff, you have to worry about your in-store customers, you have to worry about the food prep, making the menu items, you have to worry about delivery, takeout orders, pickup orders, people calling your phones. There is so much that goes into opening a restaurant, and that doesn't even touch on the fact that typically with restaurants, the upfront investment is incredibly high. In fact, this is actually something I know quite a bit about because of the fact that I've been immersed in the world of restaurant franchising since I was a kid. And whenever I was in my 20s, I opened a restaurant franchise, and now I work in franchise consulting. So when it comes to opening a restaurant and the nuances that come along with that, I actually feel as though I for once have almost expert level experience. But with that being said, there is a new spin on this entire business model that allows for people to get into restaurants and into restaurant ownership at a fraction of the price, and that is ghost kitchens. So what a ghost kitchen is a ghost kitchen is an industrial restaurant grade kitchen that is targeted to serve delivery only orders. So there is no storefront, there is no brick and mortar building, there is no dining customers, there is no pickup. It is specifically for delivery through services either like DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, or even your standalone delivery service. Now, this is a big change, and if you are somebody that hasn't been engulfed in the restaurant industry for the last decade like I have, then let me explain to you why this is such a big deal. You see, with restaurants, the number one most important aspect, at least historically, has been location. Location, location, location. Being in an area that it's easy for customers to find you. But the problem is, with an A+ location comes a very expensive cost. Because of that, restaurants, at least successful ones, have been very hard to open on a budget. And in the past, if you've wanted to open up a successful restaurant, you would need to have millions of dollars at your disposal. With ghost kitchens, everything is scaled back. You don't have to have as many staff members, you don't have to pay the high lease prices of getting an A+ location, and the location that you choose is actually irrelevant to begin with. You also don't have the expensive startup costs that come along with opening a traditional brick and mortar restaurant. All you have to do is go in, develop your recipes, and then cook in the industrial leased kitchen. This means that you can get a restaurant started up at a fraction of the price compared to traditional restaurants. Now, when it comes to a ghost kitchen and actual real life application, there are a handful of ways that we are seeing this in present day. Number one, there are more and more developers out there that are building out large kind of warehouse style spaces. They are subdividing these spaces into 100 square feet, 200 square feet, 400 square feet spaces of many kitchens. Then services like Uber Eats, DoorDash, and Grubhub can simply just pick up the order that a customer has placed from one of those restaurants. In addition to these kind of warehouse style kitchen spaces, there are also restaurants that are just creating new restaurant concepts within their current kitchen. This is something that, if done correctly, will look like an entirely new restaurant. So you'll have one restaurant with one menu, then you'll have a ghost kitchen with an entirely different menu, and they are working out of the same kitchen. One is a traditional restaurant and the other is a ghost kitchen. But we are also seeing this implemented in a much less professional way. And we are seeing current restaurants that we all know of who are trying to spin off and advertise themselves as a different concept in order to attract delivery orders. For example, there has been a lot of accounts online of people who are ordering wings and pizza from a local wings and pizza joint, only to find out whenever it gets delivered to them that it is actually Chuck E. Cheese. But this example of Chuck E. Cheese is far from the only example of ghost kitchens. We have Paschelli's Pizza and Wings, which is actually just a Chuck E. Cheese. We have It's Just Wings, which is an online ghost kitchen that is actually just a Chili's. We have Mr. Beast Burgers, which is actually just a Buca di Beppo. And we have the Ice Cream Shop, which is actually just a 7-Eleven. So restaurants that may have notoriously negative reputations are using this new platform of a ghost kitchen to kind of reinvent themselves and gain a new following and a new customer base, which may be something that customers don't like, but from a business perspective, it is very smart. Now, ghost kitchens have specifically taken a rise over the last year because of COVID-19 and because of the fact that during lockdown, many restaurants were doing delivery only. They weren't even allowed to take in-store orders or pickup orders. So because of this, people have started really getting used to delivery concept and getting food delivered to them rather than going to a restaurant. This means that restaurants that maybe at one point needed a 200 capacity dining room now may only need a 50 capacity dining room, or maybe some restaurants that at one point had a dining room no longer need that extra space. COVID-19 has truly changed the way that people eat in restaurants, not only from a casual restaurant standpoint, but also fast casual and fast food. And I do think that because of this, ghost kitchens will be a thing that will continue to gain popularity over the years. Because of the fact that it doesn't really change the dining experience from a delivery standpoint, it is significantly cheaper to start up and there is virtually no overhead. So if you're somebody who's been wanting to open a restaurant, if you've been wanting to open up a restaurant franchise, or you've wanted to get into the food industry, now is potentially a good time to do it. There is actually a prediction amongst restaurant industry experts that the next couple of years will be the best years for the restaurant industry potentially ever, because of the fact that supply in restaurants is low, because so many restaurants had to close permanently due to COVID-19. And as the country is beginning to open back up, the demand for restaurants will grow exponentially. But there will be very little demand, and because of that, the restaurants that are open and the restaurants that did survive the pandemic will absolutely kill it. And there will be room for growth in this ghost industry sector as well. With that being said, you guys, I wanted to make this video because I think that this entire concept is really interesting. The fact is, ghost kitchens are changing the way that restaurants operate, and they are allowing a much lower barrier to entry to people who want to open up their new restaurant, which is a great thing. But like always, if you have any questions, comments, if you have anything to add, then make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video.